still remain. Every part of you was made for me. Oh, me. Running wild among the streets tonight, looking for whenever ain't it shine. When our eyes were standing on the road, trying to get my feet back on the ground, find my style. When the world keeps on pushing down, trying to find the stirring in my soul. I think I'll go away from me.
Yeah. Look at that.
I have goosebumps.
Daring greatly.
That's cool.
On the air is on the air. Look at who did this? Did you book this?
I have no idea.
Did you book this?
I booked this. You know what?
Hall of Fame producer Tommy Russ.
Let me say this. They live in Fallbrook, if I'm not mistaken, but they come all this way from the lovely country of Canada.
Do you really?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And living in Fallbrook, you bring us some avocados. I'm open. Let's go.
All right, so from stage right to left, or from watching television from left to right, Braden Terrio, is I saying that right, on drums? Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go this easy. Liam, Patrick, and Dale Kroom. Dale, of course, the best-looking man on the stage, because he's staring down the barrel of 30 years old.
He does.
Old guys stick together.
Yeah.
Right. Love those guys.
So here's my question, and I guess I'll talk to Patrick. Patrick, so how did you guys start? When did you guys start? Tell us the whole story.
Liam and I have been involved in music our whole lives, pretty much. Hockey came first, actually, before we.
Of
turned
course,
20,
you're Canadian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Dale always had us around music. He was always kind of playing on the weekends, making some extra cash. Always had us up on stage, playing, singing harmony, and we were just lucky to run into our good hockey playing friend Braden Terrio. We played against each other in high school, and we just went to a party and figured out that he plays drums.
Yeah.
And that's how it all started. So we've been together about 6 years now, about 5 years down here in California.
Real quickly, you mentioned he plays drums. Today he plays drum.
Yeah.
He's got one
stripped down
snare there.
kid,
He's got a little
Stripped down
makeshift.
trap.
I'm going to assume you guys weren't any good in hockey because you have all your teeth.
That's not true. We got fake teeth.
Fake teeth.
Liam, are you the lead singer on all of them, or because
We switch
you guys
back and
split it
forth.
all up?
Yeah.
You guys sound great.
You have an opening for a lead singer? I know.
Are you going to go up there and do it?
Well, you
Let's
guys
not let that happen.
It sounds. Shut up. It's my show. No. I got a little Crosby, Stills, Nash vocal harmony. And
Eagles.
Definitely.
Eagles or the band. Just that vocal
CSN
harmony.
for sure. Yeah.
And there's
Do
no.
you guys know Seven Bridges?
We sure do.
Can you just bust out because since you bring it up?
Go ahead.
Here is the Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Right.
Eagles.
No, it's Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
All right, shut up.
Listen
Let
to
him do
this.
it.
Seven Bridges.
Okay, go.
There are stars in the southern sky, southward as you go.
See how that look? Like I said,
Like you said.
Crosby, Stills, Nash.
Yeah.
Although it's the Eagles. Most people don't know that. Every
That was
time
great.
I've done this I've done this bit on the air
Yeah.
with listeners. You play that song, I play the song all the time.
It is not
and
that
you say,
easy.
name this Crosby, Stills,
Right.
Nash song. And they say it, and it's not Crosby, Stills, Nash.
I was telling about a little machine I have that I hit a button and it'll split my vocals, a harmonizer
Yeah,
thing.
it's a vocal harmony.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, if I sing poorly, then there are 3 people singing poorly, and it just doesn't work. So I just really love that.
We're going to be with us all day today. So here's the deal. So first of all, how do people see you? Instagram, Facebook, social, all that stuff. How do we get a hold
Yeah,
of you?
Daring Greatly is on Instagram, Facebook, and we got our own website too that the wizard, Mr. Braden Terrio, runs almost every part of our business. Everything's ran from home in Fallbrook.
Right on.
And we're doing our own distanced outdoor events right now, so if you go to Daring Greatly, you can subscribe to our
Right
email
on.
list
Good
and keep in touch.
I want to talk to Dale later on, kind of how you did this whole thing, because Dale got to be a garage rocker by getting his kids pulled into this whole deal. I know exactly.
He
what
wasn't
you did
always a
there.
garage
pulled
rocker.
him into
Yeah.
this.
We pulled out into the corporate world and said, you
Wow,
gotta come
that's
with us.
good. Right on, you guys.
All right.
Great to have you along. Daring greatly.
That is great.
We have a great show lined up.
Yes, we do.
We
Every
have San Diego's power couple, Cindy Whitmarsh, and her husband, Mark Sweeney. They're coming up, and we have Mark Larson, who probably, I'm going to assume, influenced both of you
For sure,
on the radio.
Mark Larson,
Mark
yeah.
Larson, absolutely 100%.
My question is going to be, what kind of freaking hair shampoo do you
I know,
use?
he has the best
He
hair.
has the best hair in radio.
He has it better than any television anchor's hair.
I've never
ever.
seen it in any other way than that for 40
Yeah.
years, I think it is.
But right now, I'd like to play another round of the mystery guest.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
The mystery guest. We have a mystery guest via Zoom right now.
Yeah.
And we're only going to pull up the audio for right now. And Sully
All right, I
and
got
Russ,
it.
you're
All
going to
right.
ask yes or no questions to guess this person. Do you want a hint?
No, I don't
No,
want
let's
to
start out with.
Okay.
You go first.
So, mystery guest, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
All right. Russ, go ahead and go first. Ask a yes or no question to this wonderful mystery guest.
Are you an entertainer?
Well, I try.
Okay, that's a vague
That's a
enough.
yes. That's a yes.
right,
Sully, ask the mystery guest.
Do you live in San Diego?
Okay.
I have lived in Rancho Santa Fe, but
I know who it is. I know who it is. I know who it is.
Who is it?
It's Joe Walsh.
What?
No. Close.
I don't play guitar.
Doesn't play
Russ.
guitar. Could it be?
Russ.
Yeah. So, do you own a business here in town, like a restaurant or something like that?
No, but I like going to Swami's Cafe.
Wow.
Okay. So he's up there.
Sully,
Who's gonna be?
yes or no question for the mystery guest?
This is the last one.
You say yes or no question?
Yes.
Yes, he did. Time's up.
Have I ever interviewed you on television or radio?
Okay.
I don't recall.
No.
Well, you
Neither
weren't.
does anybody. I've
It's
ever
not
interviewed.
memorable at all if it did happen.
Okay, I'm going to give you a hint.
Hint.
This is a member of one of the most famous rock and roll bands in history.
Famous member of the Stones or something?
The Sully Band? James East?
Who?
Lead singer.
Lead singer.
All right, tell me, bust it out.
It's got to be.
Just tell me.
from
Are you Mike Love of the Beach Boys?
No way!
Look who that
Are
is.
you
Look at that.
kidding me?
Wow. That's
The cap says it all. The Beach Boys.
Yes, Mike Love.
Mike, great to have you on with us. So, first of
Holy
all,
smoke.
congratulations on the latest, because I said the virtual concert that you guys are doing. Talk about what you guys are doing right now. It's fantastic.
Well, the pandemic, we had the busiest year of our career, and then the pandemic came in and that went out the window. But we are doing 3 shows on an upcoming weekend, the 23rd in Ventura, the 24th in Del Mar at the
Del Mar Fairgrounds.
and then on over to Phoenix. So, but it's concerts in the car. So we're going back to we did an early album. We had a song on it called The Drive-In, and we're literally going to do concerts in your car. Everybody's driving into Del Mar.
You know what's going to happen is people are going to bring their pickup trucks and back end and put beach chairs in the back.
Oh, exactly.
That's a fantastic
Probably bring some
idea.
sand over from Dog Beach, too.
exactly.
You're in 2 cities from Surfing USA, too. Ventura County line, and then you're going to be down in Del Mar.
Yeah,
How
and
cool.
Swami, even Swami's. It's right from Swami's, too. Swami's is one of their largest.
So,
That is
Mike,
nice.
in your band right now that you tour with, on drums, if I'm not mistaken, for at least a couple of songs, don't you have Blackie from General Hospital jamming with you?
Yeah, he's also known as Jesse on Full House.
Uncle
Yeah.
Jesse.
Stamos will be with us.
Oh,
And Mark McGrath is going to come along, too, and we're going to fly with Mark
from Sugar Ray.
McGrath.
Wow.
Yeah, it should be so much fun.
And I have
There you go.
I have to thank you personally for letting me open the show where, what's his name was doing the drumming down at Humphreys, which is a terrible place to do comedy, but opening for the Beach Boys. I've done it a couple times, and it's really, really nice to be up there in front of your people.
I have a question, Mike.
Yeah.
You know,
ahead.
many people talk about the Wrecking Crew. And can you tell us your memory of those great musicians, from Carol Kay on?
Well, I'll tell you what, Hal Blaine was the drummer, and what a nice guy, and what a great drummer. And then, our biggest delight was to work with Glenn Campbell. He joined our group. My cousin Brian left the touring group in 1964, and Glenn Campbell came along and subbed for him, played the bass and sang, and God was he great. He's one of the most talented guys I've ever met. We've met quite a few over the years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, so I have a question for you. So you had a bunch of dates on the books, and of course COVID hit. What does your 2021 look like? Does your management team, your booking guys, are they even booking stuff for 2021, or is it still a wait and see?
Oh yeah, a lot of the things we had, like for instance, Europe scheduled this June.
Yeah.
And they just postponed everything until next year, and that happened about 90% of the cases of places where we were scheduled to go, and we're now going in 2021 and 2022.
So, and at the end of the day here, if we don't get clearance as a country, you're going to be doing drive-in concerts, and I think that literally is a business model that's not going to work after COVID, but it's the only business model for entertainment right now that'll save our stages, is because outdoor events in cars. Listen, if we got to believe what we're hearing, that's the only place you can do a concert other than a virtual show, which
I'm thinking barge, surfboard, floating around the bay. Come on, let's do that on the water.
Hey, Mike, can you tell us about "This Too Shall Pass," the song that you did with John Stamos?
That's a song that came to me after, I'm sitting around in my studio in Tahoe thinking, wow, so many millions of people have been affected by this pandemic. So I wrote, people were wondering how long this will last. As the saying goes, this too shall pass. I believe the best is yet to come, and we'll get back to having fun in the sun.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I want the next time you're in San Diego, you got to come in studio with us, and it's a pleasure to have you here, and I appreciate you being so generous with your time, because
Mike Love.
Talk about a freaking legend.
Come on. Oh, that's great.
Playing the Del Mar Fairgrounds October 24th tonight.
That's exactly right. So you'll see. Now, I can't. How did you? Once again, Mike Love. That, by the way, I will say. Tommy always asks, "Do you want to know who it is?" I never want to know.
Never want to know. And I would have not guessed this in a million.
He lived in Rent Cafe for a while, and he sounds like Joe Walsh, by the way. So when you get Joe Walsh on the end,
I love Mike Love. I mean, all those songs. I was too young when they came out back in like '62, '63. But in the '70s, when that Endless Summer album came out, we all became
remember in
fans.
1975, you had that 8-track. Oh yeah. Had the Beach Boys Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got coming up? Okay, by the way, we got a big show, right?
Yes, let's bring out.
No, it hasn't been a huge show. We got Darren Greatly. That's from the Beach Boys.
Yes.
What else you got?
We have Cindy Whitmarsh, and we have her husband Mark Sweeney in the green room now. Let's bring them out right now.
The most handsome man on the Padres ever, and the fitness icon.
We had two people in the on-deck circle. I think that's illegal. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, all the way
you guys
from the green room.
Hi, guys.
Have you guys ever been on?
That's a sweet green room, by the way.
Yeah,
Because it's got a keg. It's got a keg right there. It's got a couple.
I may have dipped into it a little bit.
So, do you guys do many appearances together on air?
This is our first.
I was going to say, I've never first.
That's weird.
And you guys were bickering a little bit. In fact, in the hallway, Russ captured some of.
You guys heard the fight already?
I'm sick and tired of an 8 and 10 record.
Yeah.
We tried to keep that quiet.
Shoot, you got us.
How long ago did you guys get together?
We were married 10 years this last summer.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? Mark saw you on TV. Mark saw you on KUSI. Mark saw you doing a plank on KUSI.
How can you go wrong with that?
That's right. Hello.
I was a sports nutritionist, and he wanted to play another year. And so I helped him try and play another year, which didn't really work out.
Oh,
but
wow, yeah.
it's okay. And then, I don't know, 6 months later, we maintained friends, and he asked the girls and I to go to a baseball game with the Dodgers were playing the Padres.
Had some tickets.
And all of a sudden,
I
he
had
was
access.
like this mega star, and the girls were like, "Oh my gosh, he's unbelievable!" And then we did a couple other things. Took us to a concert, and the girls were like, "Mom, like, who do you like?" And what do you mean? Because I wasn't really looking to like anyone. And I go, I don't know, like, what's like? And they're like, like more than a friend, And I said, I don't. And they go, well, we think you should like Mark. And I'm like. And then they're like, ask him out. And so, anyway, so I told Mark, I said, what they said, and he goes, well, I like you.
Oh, look at that.
I don't know if I worded it that way.
And
But
I'm like, well, I like you too.
Okay.
Will you go around
This
with
is
me?
very, very from the love of the game.
yeah.
You know, have you ever seen the movie For the Love of the Game with Kevin Costner?
It's a very
Kelly
good movie.
Preston?
Like.
Yeah, so that was what you did, right? You had no.
It wasn't-
You didn't want nutrition.
It wasn't like, but I'll tell you this: the approval of the girls was very important
Yeah, that's
when it came down to
You
it.
played that very well.
Yeah.
And Mark Sweeney, of course. Oh my gosh, what a career here in San Diego, and what a time
Thank
to play
you.
baseball in San Diego.
98.
I'll tell you what.
98.
I mean, do you remember? I mean, who doesn't? We were all born and raised here in San Diego. Were you born and raised in San Diego also?
North Dakota.
Okay, so you guys.
you betcha.
But as San Diego kids, we have had you think the Cubs fans have a tough time? We had the Chargers. We had the San Diego Rockets. We had the Padres. And it was
Conquistadors.
a miserable childhood growing up, trying to be a sports fan in San Diego, except for a couple of times. Then all of a sudden, excuse me, let me just bring this back up here.
Recapping the season.
The year was 1990. And a very chubby Sully, ignoring the jeers of the other DJs over at KSDO, have another hot dog. Wrangled tickets where I could broadcast to the parking lot before one of the games. And I swear, you were one of the highlights of that year, along with many others. What do you remember the most of that year?
It's interesting. I don't remember what I ate 2 days ago, but I remember 1998 very vividly because all the impactful moments in my life. As a baseball player, you're just hoping to put a jersey on, the type of player I was.
Right.
And we were very fortunate. But when you get on a team like that, and numerous guys, starting with Tony Gwynn, obviously, Mr. Padre, you have Trevor Hoffman, Kevin Brown, Ken Caminetti, Wally Joyner. When you start rattling off names,
Steve Finley.
it's really cool. But I was the 25th guy on the roster on a ride. And
you were
it
a
was
utility
magical.
guy. But you were a utility guy. But you became a real. I mean, it was the Hank Bauer. I'm sure you've heard this before.
Good one, Bob.
But hang on. Hank Bauer.
Hammer and
was
Hank, I love Hank.
Hank Bauer was a utility guy for the Chargers who ended up being maybe the most popular Charger at the time. You did the exact same thing on baseball.
Well,
I mean, it was
thank you.
fantastic.
Is that harder to come in and, what am I doing today? And do it? Or is it like, thank God I'm not doing that?
It is if you think of it, Rusty, as something that you've never done before, but it's an opportunity for me to put a uniform on and stay involved.
Right.
We always look for motivations, right? No matter what you do.
Yeah.
That was a huge motivation for me, and 1998 drove me through the rest of my career. I knew I had to always win over different teams that I was on. I was on 7 different teams.
Yeah.
But that was a cool moment. It was exciting for me.
That means you were wanted by 7 big professional baseball teams. That's right.
You guys stay there.
Unbelievable.
Cindy
Best
Whitmarsh.
show we've ever had so far. Look at this.
Mark Sweeney up next.
I have something in my car I got to go get.
Can live by and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, if others help, we'll slowly go by and feed them on your dreams.
What do you got there, big fella?
One they picked.
Wow. Darren Greatly, Braden, Liam, Patrick, Dale, you guys are freaking awesome. Thanks for swinging by. We're going to keep you for the rest of it. So what do you got there, big fella?
This is an autographed Mark Sweeney bat.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know what they call these, but his name's on it before he signs it.
Are there any marks on the label?
What does that mean?
From the foul balls?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me ask. So how does that? Does everybody get a bat deal? Is everybody like when you get? Is that like part?
I
of the
wouldn't
thing?
call it a deal. It's
Everybody gets their name on a bat.
guys like Wally Joyner and Tony Gwynn, they
Sure.
get deals. We just get a bat order, and when we get it in, it's in the back. We go look at them to see which ones.
Now, in all the years you played, who was your favorite ball girl? Just off the top of your head.
Yeah. Nina comes to mind.
Nina comes to mind.
Nina
That comes
Detra.
to- yeah.
Okay. First of all, do you interact with the ball girls? I mean, do you?
I had a lot of time on my hands, but I don't know if you guys know this. I didn't play that much, but yeah.
Well, when you did, it was
I
a big deal.
I did.
Do we have footage of? Do we have? I want to.
Little Nina footage?
Nina footage.
Oh, yeah.
her
She's got a couple
hucking
webcams.
the ball
Yeah.
to. I don't even know who
Definitely.
it was. I mean, was it a? I think it was.
She played catch with the visiting team's outfielder or
Yeah.
something like that. I played catch with her once. She threw it to me and I went,
Yeah, she
Yeah.
throws
that's
bullets.
not going to work.
She's a stud.
She is. And,
Hey,
and
so-
this is, anyway, this is the bat. And she wanted to know if you have one of these or if you want this or what. Because she wants to put it in your collection. You know.
Well, that was very nice of her.
Yeah.
I have a few.
Yeah.
It's just it depends on what team it is. So I always had to worry.
Hold on. Did you put it in the microwave or something?
It's in my car.
Or is it still hot from Mark Sweeney?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you,
There you go, baby. Come on.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, so
Feels good.
Cindy, what is it like when you guys are? It's like we're radio guys. Nobody knows who we are. But when you guys go in public, that's got to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because I've introduced you as an iconic fitness person. You are the fitness person for San Diego. You have an iconic husband, Mr. Congeniality, and the voice, one of the voices of the Padres. What's it like for you guys when you go in public?
You know, it's not too bad.
Not overwhelmed.
You get mobbed like Justin
It's really
Bieber.
not overwhelming. Mark gets it a lot, especially when we go to like car dealerships.
Really?
Or like what is that? Costco or. Yeah, Mark gets hit up a lot.
How often?
Or if we go to
Yeah.
a Padre stadium when we could actually do that.
Right.
I mean, he gets mauled,
Yeah.
and that's.
I don't know about mauled. Here's the thing.
I'll take a picture.
The beauty of our lives is that we get to do something we love to do.
Yeah.
But we can also be the normal side of
Right.
those things, which that's what we prefer. And it's a job for us that we feel very fortunate to do.
Still cool to be recognized.
But yeah, it is. It's really nice because people here. It's a town, not a city.
Yeah.
And you guys know that. The beauty of San Diego is so many people just enjoy having common conversations, and that's the beauty of it.
You ever place a bet on who's going to get recognized first when you go out?
She would.
Because me and Russ do
She
that all
would
the time.
do that.
Yeah.
Me and Russ do that all the time.
They're going to know me. I don't know.
What I love about you guys, and this is how I know you. I don't know you as a great baseball player, and you are.
Wow.
I don't know
He's
you
a
as
guest, Tommy.
I don't know you as a fitness expert, and you are.
Yeah.
I know you as good parents. And
That's
when
great.
when you guys come by KUSI and you have your son and your daughters and Gavin's with you, I'll always remember one time he was running up and he ran past me, and I remember you said this, Mark. You said, "Hey, go shake his hand."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so where does that come from?
Comes from easy. I love the question because it's an easy answer for me. It's my mom and dad. The way you're raised, the way you present yourself, our family values, her mom and dad. That's what, other than the beauty, that's what attracted me to Cindy. Is her family life, her mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
The family structure is huge. To me, it's eyeballs,
Eye contact.
and. And your personality, but also your manners. And I think that's what was really a structure for me.
Cindy, how did you get started in fitness? So there's a picture.
Were you a chubby little gal?
No, not a
She's a track star, high school track star.
What?
She was.
I still do have 3 records at school.
Hello. Well,
Hold on.
get out the trophies, boys. Here it comes.
What are the records?
Oh yeah.
400, the 800, and the 800-mile relay.
The 400 is a brutal race.
Yeah.
North Dakota. What high school?
St. Mary's High School.
Wow.
Good thing you didn't have to chase her.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys. We'll tell a quick story. After one of the girls' soccer events, she looks at me. She goes, "Do you want to run to the car and race?"
No.
That didn't go well.
No.
For some
And
reason
I don't
in my
wanna-
head, I thought I was a track star. I can beat him.
Yeah.
And she looked
mean a
over at
professional
her.
baseball player.
She looked over at her fat husband and was like, lost it a little bit.
People on the side.
I can totally beat her. Well,
I
I beat
literally
him.
pulled a hammy in 5 steps.
Oh, that's easy to do.
It didn't go well.
He was so fast.
But Cindy, but you've been on air on KUSI
Yeah.
as the fitness person
Over
for
20 years.
I was going to say, I mean, and you obviously bring your daughter on now with you. But
Yeah,
did you? How did the idea even start? I mean, you were a nutritionist, but what was the first gig?
So Susan Lennon was my nutrition client years ago. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, you're perfect for TV." And I'm like, "Oh, I was so nervous." She brought me on. We did a nutrition segment. Then I started doing fitness segments for them. But then it was doing segments for other stations too. And then McKinnon's like, "No.
Just us.
Yes.
Just us." And I go, "Well, then you gotta pay." And so I've been, KUSI ever since.
Here we go. Scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, sweet. We got more of these guys. Awesome, yeah. Thanks
I hurt myself.
Stand by. A little more music from Darren Greatly coming up. On the air is on the...
Follow me into the sun. I can teach you how to run. I give myself to the world, let it out with the world. It's in the air, we're all just singing along here together. Flowing gently down the stream. Oh, how life was born a dream. And sold by the billions, living free. No duality between you and me. Oh, feel the energy and just let it be. I give myself to the world, let it out with the world. 'Cause I know we're all just singing along here together. I give myself to the world, let it out with the world. 'Cause in the air we're all just singing along here together. Oh, I give myself to the world, let it out with the world. 'Cause I know we're all just singing along here together. I give myself to the world, let it out with the world. 'Cause in the end we're all just singing along, all just singing along here together. Yeah, da, 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 da.
Yeah. Wow.
Good job. Wow, you guys.
Pretty good for some hockey
I
players.
think you guys at Petco Park. Right? I know a guy. I know a guy gets in there.
Hey, we also got to see some footage of Nina in action there. I don't know who she was playing catch with. but
Yeah,
that's
I
a
saw
long
that.
way to throw a baseball for most people.
She's solid.
Look at that.
good.
Oh, funny. She misses it so much, I'm telling you.
She was awesome.
Yeah.
Did you guys meet there?
20 years.
It's not to get
No, we
personal.
didn't meet there.
Do you guys know who this is?
That's Ozzy, huh?
That's Ozzy Osbourne.
No.
Hey, speaking of Nina in San Diego, when there is a over-the-line Hall of Fame, Nina goes in first.
I think so. She's
Absolutely.
got one for each
yeah.
finger,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think. OTL. Do you ever play that sport?
No.
I've never gotten into it. I've been asked, but it's
What about
never
you
worked.
and Hoffy and maybe Finley?
Oh,
I'll sponsor that deal.
Maybe you should start with Hoppy, then Finley, and then myself.
No, you're my inside guy. You're my grease man. You're my grease man here. I need the suitcase guy in there first.
I got
and
it.
then go.
and I'm
Could
going
you
to start
imagine?
thinking of a disgusting name, because it's
You gotta have one of those.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have one.
That's exactly
I have a
right.
question. I have a question for Mark about high school. Were you? I'm assuming you're a high school standout.
Phenom.
Yeah, because we had a graduating class of like 112. So yeah.
What'd you play? Was it baseball and?
I played football and basketball and baseball. Football and baseball were my favorites.
What position in football?
I was a quarterback.
Oh, of course you
and
are.
went to college to play quarterback.
So you
that
had
was my first love.
Really?
Wow.
And which is strange, but you know what, baseball was a little safer sport for me to.
Is baseball getting into the big leagues the same now as it was when you were coming up? Is it pretty much the same, or how does it work now?
I would say it's a little bit easier, and why I say that is that money talks, right? These guys are signing so many big deals as a draft pick, and they want to be right. And I think they force these young kids up to the big leagues a little bit sooner. So I would say it's a little easier, but on the same sense, big leagues they sift through a lot of talented players that I've seen that have never made it, so it still is very difficult.
What about the part of, I don't want to call it social media, but the fact of the matter is when these guys are putting they're putting sizzle reels together, aren't they? They're putting highlight reels
in
together.
high school.
In high school, to let colleges see them. Is that, on one side you got a lot of traffic, on the other side it makes it more visible. What do you
I think it's funny because that's what we're doing with our daughters with volleyball. Really? So it's that sizzle reel, and our 17-year-old now is trying to make it to the next level, and she's got interest from colleges. So I think every kid should be able to do that. We're excited when we get a new highlight of Kendall, and we call her KK, and she's rattling through.
Go KK!
They are flying.
Jaden and KK, they are talented individuals. But it's all about the sizzle reel, right?
There you go.
We're not done with you yet. Not even close.
I love this. I just want to sing.
Cindy Whitmarsh, Mark Sweeney, Daring Greatly.
Hey, are you talking to me? There he goes. That does it.
Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you.
All right, tell me to my face. Old man, look at my life.
24 and there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise.
How about that? You're everlasting summer and you can see it fading fast. So you grab a piece of something that you think is gonna last. Well, you wouldn't even know a diamond if you held it in your hand. The things you think are precious, I can't understand.
All you really need is stone away the time. All you gather up the tears. Have you had enough of mine? All you really need is stone away the time. All you gather up the tears. Have you had enough of mine?
You've been telling me you were using since you were 17. And all the times I've known you, I still don't know what you mean. The weekends at the college didn't turn out like you planned. The things that pass for knowledge I can't understand.
All you really need is stone away the time. All you gathered up the tears. Have you had enough of mine? All you really
Really good. Daring Greatly.
Oh, that's so scary.
Yeah. Did you like that? I love that. You got all dressed up.
I know I got my rock and roll.
You know, we had you muted the whole time.
This is my free beer shirt, by the way. 067, in case you want to come on over.
I have a question for Cindy.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
What do you guys do around your town? Because I notice on social media you have a lot of photos of food. Are you like a?
Well, she clearly doesn't eat.
No, are you like
visiting.
are you like the host of wherever you live?
I do like to host a lot.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's impressive.
I'm obsessed with charcuterie boards. I like to make meals of it, like taco plate, like a taco platter.
But how did you start that?
Chili thing. You know,
Healthy food and stuff?
And I like to entertain, and I started with it small, and then everyone like made such a big deal about it, and so all of a sudden I just
Now that's a charcuterie board.
that's the coolest
That's what I'm
one.
talking about.
That's the coolest one.
That's the taco
Yes.
platter.
Hey, Russ, have you ever been invited over to? So you like to
Not yet. I had a Frito pie night.
He bailed
once,
on
so-
us.
Did you? Have you been?
Never have. Never have.
I would
just
like to
like-
go to that charcuterie party there with the tacos on the table.
I just like entertaining so much,
Yeah.
and when people like and they compliment your food, it just makes me really
Okay,
excited.
wait a second, though.
I'm not the chef; he's the chef.
Okay, well, wait.
Oh, no kidding.
But I can do.
I like cooking.
Yeah, I love
Well,
it.
wait. The 400-pound gorilla in the room is the 400-pound gorilla in the room. When you go to Cindy Whitmarsh's house for dinner, you eat before you go, don't you?
No.
You wouldn't in the whole wide world think, that, okay, we're going to get some carrot sticks and some celery.
No.
We need to change that, right?
We have so much food at our house, and because he'll make something for dinner, and then I'll do this, this board, and like everyone's so full after eating the board. Mark's like, you shouldn't have made it so big. So
We send them
You have
out with
sushi
to go.
charcuterie boards?
yeah, I'm not afraid. I get in there.
You do get in there.
And you get into the gym, I have a quick pop quiz.
All right, hold on a
Okay.
second.
Are
Wait,
these things, because we're in a bar, we're always in a bar. Are these things overheard in a bar or a gym?
Okay,
Dumbbell row.
Jim,
Oh, shoot, okay.
dumbbell row.
6-count burpees.
6-count burpees are in the gym.
Oh, no, you haven't been with me at a bar.
Oh,
Okay,
sick
one
and
more.
wrong.
Wait, 6-count burpee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ever done
Okay.
the 6-count burpee?
A burpee could be in a gym, though.
I think it's in a bar too, especially if you chug a
I
good
don't think,
IPA.
I think she's.
I can almost get through the
I'm
la-
giving this to Cindy because a burpee is a fitness thing.
Okay, tiebreaker.
Okay.
Does this happen more in a gym or a bar?
Easy.
Lunging.
A gym. A gym.
It's a gym. Okay, good. Well, you passed.
That's great.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Nice work. Yeah.
Thank you.
So talk to us about what you're up to next because we get to see you a bunch of times on KUSI per week doing.
Yeah.
So are you? Because I know you had some online stuff going on. You were a nutrition counselor for a long time. You're a personal trainer, all that. What are you doing now?
Yeah. I'm kind of a little bit of a day trader.
Whoa! I'm gonna mute your mics first. I'm gonna Russ, Tommy, Mark. Okay, it's just you and me now. Let's talk about this. Actually, I have to admit, some guys, when you play pro baseball, you got the chicks, asking you for an autograph. Yeah. I got the chicks asking me for stock picks.
Nice.
I get all my friends, and I consider Cindy Whitmarsh a friend. Well, when the stock's humping, like the market's going bam through the roof, you are. Hey, what do you think about? And you're pretty good though. I have to.
She's very good.
I actually have a little knack for it.
I know you do. And the one thing I have to keep telling all of my friends, Cindy included, is just because something is cheap doesn't mean it's not going to get cheaper. The trend is your friend. How did you get involved in investing? Because you're a stock jockey.
Yeah.
You really are.
So we bought Apple when it was like,
143. First time.
literally like 20 some years ago.
That's me.
That's what
And
Russ did.
then I bought more and more and more throughout the years. So then when I found out I had all of this, I finally started looking. I'm like, oh my gosh. So then I started like asking for stock tips from different people in different bars and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And then everyone said, I wanted to buy Facebook. Everyone's like, no, do not buy Facebook. They're not monetizing anything. But I'm like, I'm buying it. So I bought it. I want it. I have a feeling for things.
Yeah.
Midas
And then I
touch.
go.
Is it like the horse going around the paddock? If the ears are up, you bet on that one.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
is that how you play? Or is there some technical analysis?
I
in that?
do research, and then I have a guy. It's not like I just like I'm.
I have a guy.
I have a guy.
I got a guy.
I got a
I got a guy.
guy.
I got a guy. All right. Stand by. All right. More to come. Major League Baseball star Mark Sweeney and Wall Street professional Cindy Whitmarsh coming up.
Took a long hard look down deep in myself, out of the dark onto spark. It's getting to the point where I'm no fun anymore. I am sorry. Sometimes it hurts so badly I must cry out loud. I am lonely. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You'll make it high. Remember what we've said and done and felt about each other. Oh, babe, have mercy.
Wow. You guys killed it. You guys come back and hang with us at some point?
Anytime,
That's
man.
really
Give us a
great.
ring.
Love those guys.
Daring greatly with Braden Terrio on drums and Liam Kroom. Nice job, man. Patrick, Dale,
Dad.
the elder statesman. I know what this is all about, man. Don't, you can't kid me and Russ.
What's it?
Well, listen, he was listening to music back in the 70s. And he says to his wife, man, I wish I was playing in the band in the garage again while he was on Wall Street or something like that.
And she'd say,
he
Tiger
goes, I
Road.
got an idea.
Yeah.
Let's have 2 kids and create a band, right? That's exactly how this whole thing
And
works.
it's done.
Well done.
Thanks
well
for
done.
having us.
It's a harmonic. It's a tribute to vocal harmonies today with this band and Mike
And the
Love.
Beach Boys.
That's
Beach
exactly
Boys.
right.
Speaking
Daring,
of-
is it daringgreatly.com?
Daring-greatly.com.
Daring-greatly.com.
Yep.
It's not hyphen Dick Greatly?
I'm pretty sure it's dash.
Is there a tilde over the T? No.
Daring-greatly.com. And then how do we get you on Instagram and all the other?
Daring Greatly _ on Instagram and Daring Greatly.
All right. We have our own social media thing.
We'll make
here.
sure to follow you.
All right, good. It's called youtwitface.com.
Oh yeah, it's YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook all together at once.
So
Hey, speaking of music, I just got a text from Mike Love of the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Tonight's.
you're such a because Russell Crowe's trying to get a hold of me. Hang on a second. Let me grab this.
Hey, today is
Coffee. What's up, dude? No, I paid that.
today is Saturday, October 24th,
Yeah.
and tonight the Beach Boys are playing to a sold-out car concert at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. They just added a 4 p.m. show.
All right, so people can go. People
Yeah,
can go.
so they just added a 4 p.m. show.
Wow.
Go to concertsinyourcar.com. Concertsinyourcar.com. October 24th.
How about the Sweeney family? Get together, holidays. You sit down at the piano. You probably pull out a guitar. You start jamming.
Exactly.
I
Sing.
like
like
the
that.
saxophone.
Oh yeah, that's why you don't have to sing.
So true.
What was it like this year for you being a Padres announcer during this historic season, knowing that you were basically at the last historic season?
I'll start with this. It was easy because this is a talented team. And Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., you start with those two. But everyone else, there were so many great stories. Jake Cronenworth came out of nowhere. Dinelson Lamet was unbelievable. The trading deadline, there was a lot of excitement. And I think the fans needed it because there was a lot of disappointment in the last 10 or so years.
One thing was watching all sports all year, like we all have. Baseball felt as close as could be from the living room standpoint.
True.
Obviously, probably not in the stands, but I talked to you about this before the show, and I think this is interesting because, and these guys will tell you here, when you're playing a living room concert or a virtual concert, it feels like you're playing when you're playing, but in between songs, it feels like a Jerry Lewis telethon.
Yeah.
I got to believe in Major League Baseball or any sport, the crowd is part of it. It is indeed, and just playing there. What did for you? Did it feel like you were at a ball game, or did it feel like spring training?
I got to give credit to all the people behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We have a talented group, and it's not on air. It has everything to do with behind the scenes. They did a great job masking that because as players, former player, you are driven by fans and interaction with that. That's the disappointment, but listen, we don't want to go through life now being disappointed and poor us. They presented the game of baseball, and credit goes to Major League Baseball and sports in the tip of the cap of getting them involved and being a diversion for everybody.
Yeah.
Do the players still have that adrenaline? Do they still get the adrenaline?
I think so. Yeah, it's competition, right, Tommy? I mean, you got to have that competitive drive. And from the Padres' perspective, going to the playoffs was a huge accomplishment. Going past that next round, getting into that division series was huge. Now it's about, well, what's next? They're an exciting team, and they're up and coming. sky's the limit for them next year.
Was it nice to have a shorter season? I mean, as a fan, it's like, this is great, man, because we're already halfway through and there's only 30 games. Let's get this thing going here.
Yeah, it was a
160. Geez.
It was a fast pace, but
Yeah.
as a former player, I loved 162.
Yeah, I
as an
bet.
announcer, I love 60.
Yeah, sure.
So do I.
Yeah, I bet.
Do you think they'll keep some of the stuff from this year that they enacted
I do.
when things get normal again?
I do. I think the DH is going to be there
Yeah.
to stay. I think there's some certain rules, but listen, we need normalcy, right? So we have to somehow get back
to work.
to that
That's
normal.
what we're saying.
I personally want to thank Cindy Whitmarsh right there. I see you like 2 times a week at KUSI. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. I'm self-conscious. I gained a couple pounds. And every time I see you, you never say anything. And I just want to say thank you. You know, I mean that.
But once you walk by, you ought to,
Let's go to Taco Bell.
But I mean that.
charcuterie.
But I mean that. So thank
Notice
you.
that every time you walk in front of somebody, they're like, nothing. What? Where's the gym?
That was cool.
But thank you, Cindy.
You guys are awesome. Both of you guys. Will you guys come back?
I'm proud of her too.
Yeah,
Tommy, I love that, what she brings to you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Gary Grayley, thank you guys. Freaking awesome. Come back sometime.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Coming over for taco charcuterie.
Yes.
This is the name of mine. Heavy metal band, by the way.
Do